Panama Canal. You can see it right there. Got a bus going out here. It's actually a pretty nice day. Look at those beautiful clouds. There is some blue sky. Looks like this thing was made about 2000. Right there, it says right there. Anyway, getting started for today. We do have one more day here in Panama. You see Susan's shirt. She's wearing a Hard Rock Cafe shirt from Panama. She got this yesterday. Looks very, very nice. Anyway, Panama. She's all Panama'd out today. Of course, I'm still wearing my American gear. That's what I do sometimes. Anyway, so here's just some of the prices for the Panama Canal. Some of the prices. So it's about $10 US here. If you're a resident, it's a little cheaper. So last place we go. Taking the escalator up right now. And we're going to do, they have the visitor center, we're going to do that. Maybe they have an IMAX theater, like I said. And different things here. Kind of steep. This ain't the steepest elevator escalator. It's a pretty steep escalator, but we took one in China and it went up.
I think we're still on it. It just never stopped.
That one never stopped. That was through the Grand Canyon we did there in China. But boy, that was pretty cool actually. Anyway.
The Miraflores Visitor Center has 4 exhibition halls, 3 observation decks, and an IMAX theater. The exhibition halls are great and informative, but the Panama Canal Museum in Old Town is much more informative, and although it was closed when we were there, for $10 extra you can watch the IMAX movie that covers the entire history of the Panama Canal.
It's about 12:30 here in Panama right now. The next boat that comes through the Panama Canal is about 3 o'clock.
Imagine for centuries the French began working on the Panama Canal in 1881. Floods, mudslides, and even an earthquake slowed progress, and over 22,000 workers died, mostly due to malaria, cholera, and yellow fever. Then the money ran out. When the U.S. took over, it was really difficult to find workers, so they mostly came from Spain and the U.S. They also brought in doctors to help manage the mosquito-borne diseases.
It's actually more like red clay, sandstone. So it's really hard digging. It wasn't easy. Seeing him off the box of Fruit Loops. Everyone knows Toucan Sam, very popular. Yeah, in high school they called me Toucan Sam because my nose was so big, but we all know what it really was when they called me Toucan Sam. Anyway, very great view of the Panama Canal right there. There is 4 or 5 levels here. There actually is a movie, an IMAX theater, but it is closed right now. I don't know why. No discount, by the way. Anyway.
As costly as the project was in money and lives, the Panama Canal is now considered one of the 7 wonders of the modern world.
Anyway, this is a holding deck here. It's full of people. Of course, it's the off season. And that's why it's kind of open right now. There's not a lot of people. We're all waiting for 3 o'clock to come. They're going to do a boat that comes through. Anyway, so this is what it looks like from the upper deck. Like I said, this is the old school one. You can see right there, it says 1913 on the building. Looking right down there. And we're gonna get a full view of what it looks like to do the Panama Canal. And we're gonna watch it from start to finish. Very cool, very cool. Anyway, very beautiful. Very beautiful. It's really cool. It's kind of rainy. If you look at the clouds over there, pretty intense. Anyway, look at the clouds. It's very intense over there. It's a great view. Why it's significant is because all the commerce that goes through. Otherwise, the only way to go around the Americas, besides the Panama Canal, is to go around through the Drake Passage. And if you watch other videos, you can see we actually went through the Drake Passage where the Atlantic and the Pacific meet when we went to Antarctica. You can actually watch that video, and we'll put links below, and you can actually watch that. So it puts us in front of the Panama Canal. Here's our photo.
Your cheeseball tourist photos.
It's cheeseball, but you know what? It's kind of cool.
We love them anyway.
Some different ones. It was like, I think it was $12, but it's kind of cool green screen. This cheap little booklet to go along with it. shows that you're here.
We have a lot of these. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun later on. They're a lot of fun.
A lot of fun like that. So we did that, and now we're just waiting for the ship to come in. What time is it now? Here's the watch she got here at the Panama Canal. If you look really close to that,
There's the Bridge of the
you see the
Americas.
Bridge of the Americas on there. See it right there, Bridge of the Americas. And you can only get that here at the Panama Canal. Now she's all swatched up anyway, so...
Fake swatch. Fake
swatch. Fake swatch. It's a fake swatch. It's not a real swatch, but
it's a swatchy watch.
It's a swatchy watch. Anyway, we got that here. You can only get that here at Panama Canal.
We're going to have some thunder lightning storm, it sounds like.
Yeah, you're going to miss. Yeah, right now we can already hear thunderstorms here already. And it's going to be really cool here seeing that. Just think of it like, it's, you know, the lightning strikes the ship. Now, wouldn't it be awesome? Well, we're at Panama Canal. You're looking at it right now. Storming like crazy. It's just coming down hard. This is insane. Look at that weather. Oh my god. This is spiky rain. Oh my god, it just started coming in fast. Here's the storm. Oh, now look at it. Oh my gosh. Look at this is the Panama Canal. It's just crazy. We have thunder and lightning coming down on us right now. The wind is blowing. Oh gosh, crazy weather. Look at the rain's coming off so hard off the building. Oh, look at that weather. Oh my gosh, look at their Susan over there. She's literally trying to stay dry. All the rain that came in. Let's see, glue the floors, get us out of here because it's so wet. We're worried about people's safety because the floors are so...
When the canal first opened in 1914, only 807 ships went through the canal. In 1970, over 15,500 ships made the crossing. Fewer ships pass now, but more cargo goes through as ships are larger, carry larger load. Still, 14,000 ships use the canal annually. In 2016, a new larger set of locks was made that run parallel to the original. That allows even larger ships to make the shortcut. The ships are boarded by pilots that steer the ships through the lock and measurers that collect tolls and check manifests and document. Travel time is about 10 hours, although it can take up to 24 hours getting permission and waiting their turn in line. The cost for cargo ships has changed much over the years, but it is now based on the size of the ship and the cargo's content, both what it contains and how much of it there is. Base charge ranges from $60,000 to $300,000. Additional fees are tacked on based on the amount of containers and the contents inside. Cargo containing oil costs different than cargo containing grain or cars. Everything has its own price. The record fee for the original canal is $4,461,000. The expansion has had cargo cost up to $1.1 million. Even with the enormous cost, it saves so much time and cost in fuel that it's worth it. The canal cuts 22 days and 8,000 miles from their voyage, as well as the perilous journey through the Drake Passage. Cruise ships pay by the ton, and even personally owned boats can use the canal. Boats under 65 feet can make the trip for only $1,600. But the heavy equipment and unstable saturated ground, not to mention the 60 million pounds of dynamite used, thousands died in catastrophic accidents and thousands more lost their limbs. The locks were built in pairs. The water from one side was drained to the other, so one ship is raised to pass in one direction, while the water is lowered in the other to pass in the other direction. While making the 50-mile trip, ships from the Atlantic Ocean pass through 3 locks, raising them 85 feet where they cross Gatun Lake, and then one more lock lowers it 30 feet to the next 2 locks at Miraflores, where the observation deck is, where ships are lowered another 54 feet. It's reversed from ships going to the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic.
The boat almost looks like a lowrider now. It's a lowrider, and it really dropped down. Just lower it is now than it was when it first came in. It's really a lot lower, and it was almost the containers are almost up to the sides. So that's a big change from the thing. Now, if you look at that earlier, that side right there was completely lower. That's been filled up to the line now, and this is completely opposite. And there's the gates there that are open. let it go through the locks. And they're opening. And, you heard the alarm sound? That means they're already open, and here they go, and here it goes through.
Each lock is 1,000 feet long, 110 feet wide, but the larger ships are guided by chains attached to electric towing locomotives. The motorized gates weigh about 700 tons and open and close, creating the chambers that change the elevation of the vessel.
If you look now, the gate behind. If you look at that way down there, you picture that, honey? Where the water is. That is where the water is supposed to be. If you look across there, look at the difference of the water on the other side and over here. It's where it's dropped down the locks, and that's where it goes on out. But look at that right there. That's the difference of the locks. So the locks in the canal. So it dropped down over there, and you can hear it. And now look, it's all even. Look at that. It's all even to where it was earlier. And here, it's going to go here in a second. Back to look at the water behind it and locked it in. And here it goes. You can hear the sound of it. That one takes about 45 minutes to get through. From way down there starts. This one starts right here. That one starts way down further, a lot further. You see that big bank over there. A lot different. But you know, this is the smaller one. Here comes this one. But look at, it's just amazing at the size of that ship over there compared to this one. And this one is seriously huge. Oh my gosh. You can carry up to 5,000 cars on this one ship. Going right on by. Look at that.
Navigating by our approach channel towards Goldilocks. That vessel will be going on these Goldilocks.